Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart and the Bitcoin chart, and overall the market is moving up slightly. Some cryptos are really mooning, like for example AVAX, Avalanche. I talked about it as well in another video, and I will do an update video soon on that. But overall, a lot of cryptos like 3 to 4% to the upside, with a few exceptions like Phantom, for example, or AVAX as already mentioned. Loopring here as well, which is interesting, and Engine Coin, for example, that I covered yesterday in an update video. So we start with Bitcoin. Could be an interesting weekend overall for cryptos because we've just had a dip, and with Bitcoin, you know, we're just finding our way here out of this target range that we did hit pretty much exactly at this support line at around 55.5k. So since then we've only we've not even closed the daily candle within this target box. Since then, we've had a daily candle close at around 58k, and now we are currently sitting at around 58.6k. Looking not too bad at the moment, but the sort of danger that we come back into the target range isn't over yet, because we need to see the beginning of an impulsive move, or all we can see now is just a few green candles. There is no structure in here at the moment, which I would like to see. So we have to wait if what the market decides. You know, we came into the target range, that was all confirmed. From here we could, by the Elliott Wave method and theory and rules, now come out and continue our way to 72k. That would then be the wave 5, which I've taken out of here. It was somewhere up here, so I need to put it in again. Basically what we'll do, we'll come back into the 72k in a bullish scenario. Now this doesn't mean we couldn't drop once more, maybe to 54k. Yeah, the lowest this can go is around 53.9k. If we drop to that level, that wouldn't be a problem. That would still be all possible in a bullish scenario. If we drop below that, as I said before, we have to drop below, we'd have to talk about much lower prices. But at the moment, we are working our way towards, and you can see it here, this blue line, which is the 50-day moving average. So we need to get above that, and the level for that is currently 59.7k. So we need to really get above that level, and I think then we have our at least immediate downward potential reversed to the upside. That is important. That level is a key level, and very, very important, you know. So let's just see and hope we'll get there. Let me just show you on the hourly where we are. So yesterday we were here, at this key, in this key zone that I showed you, and I said if we can get through that, that would make it more likely, you know, at least to go to the upside. And you know, we came through that zone, which is positive, and I think we're currently retesting that former resistance here at 58.5k as a support. Hopefully holding that could then really take us through the 50-day moving average, hopefully, or at least towards that. And then from there on, we could then talk about higher prices. So at the moment, holding, and it's looking like, I mean, we see here the beginning of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure on a very small level, but it is looking okay at the moment. You know, I showed you that W pattern down here yesterday, that double bottom, which is important because also the second low was higher than the first low, which is important. So yeah, you can clearly see here that we came down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and now we're coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Now that is positive because that shows you that at least this leg here is now an uptrend, you know. So it is looking not too bad. Just need to hold here that 58.5k level. That would then make it possible for us to get through the 50-day moving average. What I wanted to show you as well quickly before we go to Cardano is on the daily. I think I didn't talk about that last time. That 2017 move down that we had, you know, 2017 was another peak, a cycle top for Bitcoin. And if I make that larger here, what you can see is this drop here. Now this drop also occurred in November. It actually occurred on the, well, it started on the 8th of November, right? So if we also take here from that low here, that was back in October, I think. No, we take that one in September, yeah, because it's what I want to show you. And take the fib levels, you can see that we came down all the way to the 0.5 fib level, okay? Before we then really started to run all the way until the end of the year. And then how much did we make from the end of that year then in profits? So let's take a look. So let's say from the low there to the high, honestly, we made to the absolute top, we made 240,000 in sorry, 240,000. Sorry, it's still early in the morning here. No, we made, was it 240%? Yeah, so 250% pretty much. 250% in 1.5 months. Not even 1.5, actually only one month and 1 week. Yeah, so that is a possibility. Now, obviously, it's getting more difficult to do that with a higher market cap, but even 100% wouldn't be bad, would it? So what I want to show you from that September dip that we had back then as well, where did we land this time? So you will know that if you follow my previous videos. So we came also damn close to the 0.5 fib level. So the 0.5 fib level is basically the lower end of the yellow target box. Now we haven't reached that yet, but that is at 54k. So that is a possibility to still come down to that. If we just say, all right, that it repeats like last time, but I said to you, we already hit the cycle, we already hit the target area here, so don't necessarily need to get to that level. Now, if we assume, just speculation, we would do another 250% from here, which I don't think so because of the market cap, but still we want to speculate a little bit. So let's talk about that before we then go to Cardano. See, it doesn't even fit on my chart. All right, let's just say we make a rough 200%. I mean, that would take us to 160,000 roughly, right? So let me just, okay, let's just do it again, because now I think I've got a bit better organized here. Let's start here at, where are we now? 58k, 55, which was the low. All right, another 250% as we did back then takes us nearly to 200k. Yeah, at 200% takes us to 170k, 150% to 140k, and just 100%, as I just said, takes us even above 100k, 112k. And the 98k that were predicted by Plan B, that would take us to, these would be roughly 75%. I think this is possible also in a very short period. Not the 250, not the 250 or 200%, but maybe something like 50, 60, 70% should be possible if we finally really see that reversal here that we've talked about. And it is interesting, you know, cycles are not necessarily repeating, but rhyming. So Cardano now finally following Bitcoin. It's currently sitting at 187 again as well. You know, after we had that fake out here out of that descending wedge, bullish pattern, broke out, then broke, but it was a fake out, but it was a huge fake out, took us all the way up to nearly 240, and then we came down, rushed down, you know, and we've now come below the 233-day moving average. Absolute low was here 170, 171, and since then we've moved up together with Bitcoin. I think outperformed Bitcoin a little bit in that. And now we are continuing our way up. At the moment, it's looking not too bad at the moment. You can see here on the 1 hour chart as well, that's similar to Bitcoin. We are developing some sort of a positive structure here. Also had the second low higher than the first low. Yeah, you can clearly see that. And I think we are currently having, it's looking like a bullish structure here, a bullish move. Now, where are we currently? We are also sitting, well, we are sitting here at a key resistance level. So let me just show you that on the chart here. I think probably, yeah, you've got obviously the high here at 190 that we haven't come close to yet, and it's probably here between, in this range here between between 188 and 190. Yeah, that's where I see the most resistance. You know, these are the areas of trade here around 188. We had resistance here, 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 but then we have two highs here close to 190 as well. And as you can see, that we here, that was overnight UK time, we actually came close to the 190 level already. We actually hit the 190 level. So yeah, no, the top here of that previous high is actually 191. So yeah, it's between 188 and 191. That's the area that we need to get through, that Bitcoin now already made it through, so Cardano needs to make it through here as well. And then we can talk about getting back to the $2 range. And first of all, need to get above the 20-day moving average, which pretty much is sitting at $2 at the moment. So that is the next key resistance that we need to get beyond. If we do that, the 50-day moving average is sitting at $2.10 at the moment. But that can change every day, so bear that in mind. Currently here, let's go to the daily just to take a look at a few indicators. The key one that I showed you before was here, the daily RSI. That needs to get above 50. Whenever Cardano was above 50, it was really shining quite a lot. And as soon as it got below it, then yeah, we had areas of correction. So at the moment, it's still below 50. So I would love to wait, well, before we really get a confirmation here of the breakout. I think we will see that when we hit the 50 level. Now, of course, it can run earlier, but the 50 normally really takes us strongly to the upside. Unfortunately, the very last one here was a fake out. That can happen. But if you go through the chart before, you had these periods where we were a long time above the 50. These were the periods where we really did shine, and below that were the areas of correction. And Cardano really has this divide between the 50, lower side and the upper side, being the upper side being the bullish range, and the lower range the below 50. It depends on the cryptocurrency. Some cryptos have it at different levels. Quant, I think, is at 55. If you take a closer look at the chart, what is good is that the MACD is losing selling pressure here. So you can see these reversing on the daily. And at some point here, hopefully the MACD line will turn around. That will happen if we see stabilization of the prices and maybe coming up a little bit more, which is good. And let's take a final look here on the weekly. Still red though, but the week isn't over. So I would like to see that current candle here on the weekly MACD to become lighter as well. That would need some more price increases during the week to make it happen like the last time again, the last pattern that we had here back in July when we had a turnaround as well. Looking at ADA BTC, you can see that we are still holding above the 20-day moving average. As you know, all the way when we came down here, we were below the 20-day moving average. Now we've found our way above the 20. We closed the daily before that, and now we seem to be retesting that 20-day moving average currently successfully. That 20-day moving average is at 3196 currently. I mean, that happened before here. That was that fake out that took us to 240 nearly on the 9th of November. Also, the daily candle closed above the 20-day moving average. We then fell below it in another major drop. However, since then, and even before that, it's been a while that we really, it's been since September that we've actually closed the daily above the 20-day moving average. So it's not a bad sign, certainly. Continue to be in that descending wedge, and we're moving further towards the resistance line of that descending wedge. And I do expect a turnaround here very soon. I did say that in my breakout is imminent video a few days ago. We have a double bottom here. Yes, we had a few wicks coming down further, touching that lower support, and you can see how relevant that lower support is. Haven't moved it at all, but we've hit it all the time in the last few days. And yeah, you can see here the double bottom that we've got these daily closes not coming lower. So yeah, we are moving horizontally here at the moment, slightly up at the moment in the daily noise, and currently holding above the 20-day moving average, which is positive. Currently also continuing our way up in the bullish divergence, indicating a move up is imminent. Hope you liked that update video about Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.